back in Spokane at the Spokane 200. We heard from Gene Price at the beginning of our broadcast. Moments like this have to make him a little nervous.
With both his cars
Yeah.
side by side. And these guys will race each other, too, now. They won't just pull over and let each other go.
Now, we've seen that this year. They have been the two dominant cars this season. Last year's champion, Eric Holmes, has yet to win a race. But it's been Persley and the youngster Kwasniewski. And here on the restart, they're side by side.
Persley would love to wrestle that lead away from Kwasniewski. He's not going to be able to do it this time.
Boy, Jonathan Gomez got a little squirrely as Eric Holmes right behind him.
Jonathan Gomez started out the season this year at Phoenix with a great second-place run, followed it up with another top 5 in Utah, and then actually went away from the series after 5 races, as we talked before.
Yeah, and as you said, it's great to see him back. There's Moses Smith in the 16th. He's second in the points, and as we've said before, often gets overlooked for the great season he's had. Boy, but he would love to get a win before this year's out.
Ooh, trouble already. That's Chris Evans, the 99 car, as well as the 15 of Jack Sellers involved.
Chris Evans, we saw at Portland. He promoted that race. Involved here tonight, and Jack Sellers, he's had a tough go of it here early in this race. Already a couple of laps down and spun and has brought out caution number 2, and we'll move ahead now as we get ready to go to green.
Another opportunity for Persley to try to wrestle the lead away, but what a great start by Kwasniewski.
The 16-year-old sat on the pole here, and he's led all night long.
Gomez would love to take that second spot back away from Persley. He lost it in traffic.
But as you said, Gomez has been awfully impressive. Battle back for 6th place. Luis Martinez, who had a big win at Portland.
Brett Thompson completely sideways coming off turn number 4. You see him up high now, losing a couple spots.
It's tough for these guys when you come to a track that you've really never raced on to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, and it's amazing how quick these guys come up to speed, too. Cameron Haley, a 15-year-old, had never seen this racetrack. He actually tested a late model here, so he did have a little bit of knowledge, and he was the fastest in practice.
Yeah, Canadian. We first saw him in Montana. This is only his 2nd career race, and it is amazing to me what these young teenagers have been able to do.
Pretty good start for him at Montana as well. Finished 2nd.
Yeah, I think he has a chance to win this race. Started on the front row and got pushed back early in the race. But remember, we're going to stop at lap 100, and everybody's going to have a chance to make an adjustment.
And that could be crucial, too. These guys be able to make an adjustment here. They're teammates. Eric Holmes, the 20 car, and that's Cameron Haley we've been talking about in the 24 car. Eric Holmes was telling me that this kid, they've gone testing at Roseville, and he said this kid is really, really good. It's amazing at 15 years old, the talent.
Yeah, you don't even have a driver's license. I wonder how you know how to get around the racetrack. It's not been legal to get behind a steering wheel.
Persley takes a look on the outside of Kwasniewski. It's a good side-by-side battle here with Haley and Eric Holmes. That's a battle for 4th.
And it's Haley on the inside. Eric Holmes trying to stay with him up high. And you see has a nose out in front of the youngster. Holmes, the defending series champion, last won a race last October, has not won a race all season long, and that's really been a surprise to everybody who follows this series.
It really has, but their season really became untracked here a few weeks ago. The last 6 races, he's finished in the top 5, so he's finally getting back on track, I should say.
There's another spin. It is Evans spinning again, the 99. And I think we're going to get the caution has come back out here.
See some debris in front of the Chris Evans car. Looks like maybe a brake duct or something like that.
Yeah, they'll have to clean that up. Dylan Kwasniewski, the pole sitter, has led the entire race. And once again, his teammate right behind him. Mike Hogwood here, along with Bill Parsons, Paul Bartholomew. We're at the Spokane County Raceway, the Spokane 200. And Dylan Kwasniewski and Greg Persley once again will bring us back to the green flag.
Another good start by Kwasniewski. Able to pull out in front of Persley. Persley shuts the door on Gomez. Ooh, little contact.
Oh, Jonathan Gomez virtually with nothing to lose, his first race back, and he says, you know what, I'm going to take this 22 to the front.
He made contact with the 26 of Pursley. Greg able to straighten it out. Now he's side by side with Eric Holmes in the 20 car for third.
And Cameron Haley, the 15-year-old, right behind them. That is the battle for third place. Greg Pursley second, and Dylan Kwasniewski led all the way.
Eric Holmes has that third spot. Gomez trying to fight back now on the bottom.
Back in the pack a little bit, Travis Milburn. Justin Funkhauser in that 54. He'd been running Jack Sellers' car, but not in that ride tonight. Thomas Martin has taken the seat in the second Sellers car.
Yeah, Justin had a top 10 finish at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas in Jack's car, but switched teams here for this race. And
he just spun.
How about that? Just talking about him.
Justin Funkhauser has spun, and he has brought out the caution flag here once again. As you can see, the crowd here.
Great crowd on hand.
Packed house here to see the race here at Spokane, as the series has come here for the first time since 1979. Funkhauser able to get that car refired, and I think he's going to be able to keep going.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lap or two in the process, but doesn't appear that the tires are down. See a little tire mark on the door. More than likely that was involved in that incident.
And we're ready for the restart once again. And once again, it's the two Gene Price teammates up front, Kwasniewski and Pursley. Kwasniewski's gotten the better of him on every restart so far and gets a great restart once again.
He has the advantage because he's actually the one that will restart the race. The flagman will throw the green, but it's really up to the leader to start the race, so that is a huge advantage.
And look at Eric Holmes battling for second place now with Pursley. I think Holmes is going to be able to get him. Down on the inside, and Eric Holmes looks like he is going to take second place away from Greg Pursley. And Pursley's got more competition as the youngster Haley now wants to take a position away from it.
Now he tucks in behind Pursley. Great move by Eric Holmes to take advantage on that restart. See if he can chase down Kwasniewski now and do something with him.
You know, knowing Greg Pursley and the intelligent driver that he is, he doesn't have the car to lead this race, and he knows there's going to be a break coming up, and he's got a great crew. And I think he may be waiting to make that adjustment.
Yeah, Jerry Pitts and his guys have been on it this year. What a tremendous season. If you throw out the bad finish he had when he lost an engine in Portland, fourth is the worst finish he had this year. His average finish would be about second if you throw out that Portland race.
One of the best seasons in West Series history. Greg Pursley now makes his home in Arizona.
You know, they made a change on that 20 car of Eric Holmes. Ty Joyner, who's won a couple championships with Eric Holmes, is back. Oh, got trouble. 0-7 to Cassie Gannis.
Cassie, who has raced a couple of times with the series this year, has spun. We saw her at Irwindale. We saw her at Colorado. And now here at Spokane, and her night gets a little tougher. She's also able to refire and get going once again.
Doesn't appear to be any serious damage to the 0-7 car. Couple cars on pit road making some repairs. You see that is Cassie in that 0-7 car in front of your screen on the right.
We've seen several cars just kind of lose it and spin around. One of them, Jack Sellers. It's easy to do that on a track like this, to overdrive a little bit and turn it around.
It really is, and these cars have what's approaching 700 horsepower. Really tough to get that hooked up to the racetrack.
Well, we've got one lap to go before green. We'll take a quick time out here and go green when we come back. It is Eric Holmes now who's in that second position. Will restart alongside Dylan Kwasniewski.